friends. Welcome back. Come on in. I'm so glad you're here. Grab a chair. Grab something warm to drink. I am so glad you're here. And if we haven't met before, my name is Michelle, and this is Life Changes, where life changes, obviously, and the Lord goes through them and He helps us with all those things. So today I thought we would talk about cleaning. Yeah, it's not something we want to hear about. But in January, a lot of people are like, my goals are to get my house clean, they're to get my things organized, decluttered, whatever keywords you want to say, we're going to talk about them. And so I thought I would share my story with you first. I'll let you in on a secret. I hate to clean. As you can probably see around me, my house is not spotless. I think there's smudges right here. Yes, there are. There's dust. I hate to clean. I struggle with this. I struggled with this when my boys were little. And to be honest with you, the cleanest my house was when I had crawlers. Yep, when your babies are crawling on the floor, you have to pick up and you have to clean. You just do. But as my boys got older and maybe a little messier, depends on how you look at it, it was hard. I had a lot of things coming out. I had a lot of plates spinning on. I was taking care of parents, grandparents at certain times, homeschooling. It felt like chaos. And to the point where if somebody was going to come over 2 hours before they would get here, I would just fuss and yell and point and get off of the couch and start helping me clean. And we've got to get this house together. Because I didn't have a system. I didn't know what I was doing. So, here we go. In 2015, I found something called a bullet journal. I never heard of it. If you don't know what a bullet journal is, you can Google it. You can type that in, or let me just tell you what it is. It's a blank notebook. Okay, let's just make this simple. It is a blank notebook. You can go out and buy them that say bullet journal written on the front of it, but it is a blank notebook where you decide what you want to put in it, how you want it to be organized, how you want it listed. You can put stickers in it. You can draw in it. You can paint in it. It's your notebook. You can do whatever you wanted to. And I was like, this is genius. This is awesome. I can do this. I like a good notebook. And over the years, I have tried the bullet journals. I found that, as I have shared before, I like the ones with the little dots in it as opposed to like the lines on a regular notebook. I like certain kinds of bounds instead of these. I've tried them all. I've even tried the ones that were printed, like the planners that were printed, and I bought it. And it didn't work, and I had to change it, and I tried them all. So, during that same year, getting back to my story, I also found a cleaning routine that worked for me, and it was great. It broke it down to morning things you need to do, evening things you need to do, things throughout the day, and it broke it down. But I found out that this lady's routine was great in many ways, but it didn't fit our life. So I couldn't necessarily print out her printables because it didn't match what our life was like. You know, for example, our day out was usually on a Wednesday. That's when we would do our errands, but that wasn't her day. Her day was a different day. So the printables didn't work, and I made it work for many, many years. My house was clean. It was organized. I was not afraid for people to just knock on the door. Make sure my dog's not barking when I say that. I wasn't ashamed. I was not. You come in, come on, because I knew that my house was maintained. I had decluttered a bunch of stuff I had gotten rid of. I'd done a program. And you know what? It worked great. Until it didn't. And then one day, life changed, and it just didn't work like it did before. And no matter how hard I tried, I got so frustrated. all of her little do this and this and this and this just got so frustrating, and it just felt like it was just too much, and I just got frustrated. So I tried other routines. I tried to find out what kind of bug I was. If you look at those things, how do you organize? What is your natural way? I tried different mom's routines. I tried the different planners. I bought the printed ones. I printed the things out, made my own notebooks. I did all of those things, and it didn't work until I finally stumbled across what I have shared with you now. I went back to that blank notebook and I simplified things. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pick 3 things during the week, sometimes 4, but 3 big things that I want to get accomplished this week. There is no today I'm going to do this and I'm not. It gets checked off when it gets checked off. I know that certain times during the day I'm going to have time to work on that. I took the stress out of it. So, what did I learn from this? Here is my advice. The first thing that I learned is from the Bible. James 1:5 says, if you need wisdom, ask to our generous God, and he will give it to you. And he will not rebuke you for asking. If we need wisdom, just ask. He's more than willing. He loves us. He wants to give us wisdom. He wants to share. I should have asked a long time ago. Now I know, let me ask first, and then he'll guide me. It would have saved me a lot of trouble and frustration and anxiety and worry, but I didn't. So my first advice is pray for wisdom. Now, my second piece of advice is we're all different. God made us all different. You're different than me. And so your cleaning is going to be different than mine. Your schedules, your routines are going to be different than mine. And that's okay. So when you feel like you're frustrated because these planners, these routines, these aren't working, there is no one size fits all. Because we're not one size fits all. We're all different. So don't let that bother you that you failed, you couldn't do the program, whatever. You're not a failure. My advice, don't give up. Keep trying. Try different things. Don't give up just because, well, it didn't work, so I'm just going to quit and I'm going to give up. No, don't give up. He will give you the wisdom to find the one that works. My next piece of advice is when life changes, your routines can change too. That's okay too. Don't worry about it. Don't get stressed out over it. He will give us the wisdom to find another one. As I've said, I found out that in this part of my life, I can go back to that blank notebook and I simplified it. And that's okay to do that. So often we worry and we stress because why can't I do this? Why can't this work for me? Don't do that. Well, it worked before. Why isn't it working now? Because your life is different. It's okay. So, you are not a failure. You are great. You are loved. You are wonderful. Don't let the cleaning try to get the best of you. You get the best of it. Keep trying. Let me blah, blah, blah. Let me know down below in a comment, what is your routine? Do you actually follow a routine? Do you make your own routine? Give me some ideas too, because as I said, life changes and we have to kind of adapt to that. Maybe the Lord has some wisdom for me from you. Ooh, there they are. So remember, friends, hit that subscribe if you haven't done that. Give me a like. It really helps. And I will see you next time, friends. Remember, I love you and God loves you. Bye, friends.